Howdy. Let's see, that should be working. Hold on, it's gonna reset for a second. Give me a second. Alright. Let's go. Alright. Wait, hold on. Hey guys, I made it to stream. This is my first Resident Satch stream. I hope everyone's having a good time.
Egg, 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 egg.
Oh, it says it twice. I don't know, I like that. I gotta fix that at some point. I'm not ready for your outfit. Oof. Alright, word. I'm gonna be so ready for your outfit. Do you see the Zelda rumor? No. Is there a new Zelda game rumored? Oh, no, I have seen the rumored Ocarina of Time remake. Yes. I don't know if it need. I think all we need is a port of, like, I don't know. I don't know if we need a remake. Well, that might just be me. Hey, I got time before I stream. I mean, that's right, they were talking about that in Discord. I like Ocarina of Time, obviously. But, like, there is a part of me that it's like, I think having, yeah, that is true. If that's sort of where they're going with, I can see that happening. Or, no, that's the thing, is that I can't see that happening. Like, I think it would be cool if it happened. I think, I don't know. If they did, like, a real remake of Ocarina of Time, like, not, like, the fake half remake they did in the 3DS era, I'd be down with it. But if they half-ass it again, then whatever. You know, might as well just play the original one. Because that was the thing. FF7 route, make it 3 parts. They definitely don't need to do that. But if they make it longer, I'd be very happy with that. So I guess, you know what? I take it back. Yeah, 3DS, like, they listed it as a remake, but it definitely was not. And in some ways, a lot of people don't even like I like the 3DS remake, or the remaster. I thought it was fine. But it changed a lot of the physics of both Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. That made a lot of people that are more like, and this is such pedantic nonsense for people that are like me. Hell yeah. That, like, really care about how the original game feels. And that are definitely were not happy with it. The only thing that I disagree with the remake is that in Majora's Mask specifically, the 3DS remake of Majora's Mask, oh yeah, dude, once you learn how to fly, Like you go back to areas that you can't fly in and it's actually abysmal. It ruins you for the rest of the game. You just want to fly all the time. In Majora's Mask, they changed a lot of the physics so that your like speed wasn't preserved on certain actions, and again, very pedantic. But for example, when you have like high speed and you like skip across the water as a Deku sprout, it's really fun. In vanilla, in the remake, it sucked because like they capped your speed in a weird way. I did see the new PlayStation prices. I'm glad I got my PS5 in time. Like 7 years ago. I got my PS5 for cheap too, because it was used. So I'm definitely glad about that. Mid old actually. True. Yeah, with like graphics card price increase, like technology price increases, it's gonna be insane. Dude, if the PS6 is gonna be the price of a PC, why would you ever? Like, I guess for the exclusives, but you know, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see myself getting it. And then, if it's gonna be so expensive. I mean, obviously everything's speculation right now, but still, this shit is ridiculous. I wouldn't get a I wouldn't get a PS5 now anyway, because I'm unemployed. But I definitely, when I got the PS5, I guess it's unfair to say, because when I got the PS5, I should not have gotten a PS5. I did not have the money for it. I mean, I did have just barely the money for it. So I should have saved my money, but definitely, I don't know. Kind of wild now. Astrobot is supposed to be really good. I do want to get Astrobot. I still don't have Astrobot, I guess. The Pro version doesn't have a standard disk drive? That's insane. Oh, dude, the console market is fucked. It's just... I don't want to be like a negative Nancy about it, but Jesus Christ. What are we doing? Alright, head over to Limsub. Right. Like, most, like... I don't think Astrobot's ever... I don't know, even Astrobot might come to PC. I have no idea. Yeah, it's bleak for console folks right now. Even like the Switch 2, I like my Switch 2, but like, if I didn't gifted it, would I have gotten it? I don't know. Alright, we gotta see the fit. Dude, the leggings and the, with the helmet is fucking incredible. The fucking ruby slippers. The fishnet leggings. Plus the fucking soldierette. That's crazy. Ah, beautiful. I'd worry about your tag, though. Because you can get reported for having a tag that is, tag that is inappropriate. Oh shit, we're in. Nobody has yet. Alright, fair enough. As long as you squeak by, don't worry about it. Mayor, you gotta put this in. Only the party member can go for the duty. Mayor. Yay. Cackerel spotted. Gay pride, gender envy, lesbian wrath. Fuck yeah. Business on top, party on the bottom. That's so good. It reminds me, Jesus Christ, that's insane. You can buy Switch lights for the entire family for the price of a PS5 Pro. That's fucked. Oh, man. Let's see. What do we have to look forward to? We got Sothis, potentially. This is the... no, this is not the same route we always do, because we usually do 10 p.m. We have 1 and 3. The first and third route have Intuition fish on the Spectral current. For those Spectrals, you'll need rat tails and glowworms. If you don't have some, I'll trade some to you. Hold on. I don't have a whole lot. So we'll have to do like 15 of these. But I have a bunch of rat tails at least. Oh, you have rat tails. Okay. I can take back the rat tails then, I guess. Oh wait, shit. I don't have a lot of glowworms. I'll just give you these though. Maybe 15 of these. Oh bruh. Actually, if we have time, I'll grab some more. Is no one fishing right now? Alright, I bought a bunch of glowworms. Not like we're ever gonna get Sothis, but it's there. We need it. Exactly like Glamours before. This is why that fit would not have been possible before. They had to. They unlocked Glamours. Just wonderful. We get all kinds of weirdness now. Ooh, new Fire Emblem will be good. You know what? I take it back. I'll 100% Ocarina of Time again if they re-release it. Like even if they could do the bullshit thing they pulled with Mario where they just re-release a pack of old games for way too much money and I'll still buy it. Yeah, they announced a new Fire Emblem game that's a lot like Three Houses, or it should be an extension of Three Houses, which is a very popular one. I do want to play it at some point. That is, if you ever want to get into Fire Emblem, Three Houses is the one I recommend. It's on Switch. They have easy modes, they have casual modes, they have obviously the most they have much harder stuff. I know you don't like super difficult stuff. But my favorite one, I've played it, I just haven't beaten it. Alright, I want to play, after I beat Awakening DLC, I do want to get onto Three Houses again, on stream, I think, so hopefully you'll be able to see it at least, because I think it's really fun. Where fish? So someone queue for ocean fishing before I blow Limsa Laminsa hub. fuck? No one is queuing right now? I will pay you to... Yeah, there's some on the fishing route. Come fish. What's your adventure plate, Mr. Man? Ugh. Atrocious. Sorry, it's not too bad, but he's playing the fucking bad boy e-boy in chat right now, so I have to, you know. Begging works. I don't know how your back end works. Playful Swordmaster can't resist a cute me customization. Come on, there we go. Holy shit, that took forever. The Endeavor. It's warm for my sweatshirt. Always ready to exclamation point attack Fletcher. Alright. I'm going straight for the thing. I'm not fucking around today. We are getting these fish. Nah, let's do it. Oh, here we go. Alright, okay, I think I just caught the Spectral as well. This one, it is 2 Heaven's Key caught with glowworms, then a Navigator's Print caught with krill, then a final glowworm for the last thing. Okay, water time, let's go. Now there's no. Fuck! Give me what I need. I need the glowworms, right? Alright, there's one Heaven's Key. Nope. Oh shit, okay. Fuck! No! Ah! Stop catching the fishmonger. I don't want him. Damn it! I can never win. Alright. Back to plump for sharks. I've never gotten an intuition fish from Spectral Current. That is insane. You know how much I've been fishing? I've got to be just something wrong. Alright. Let's go getting these sharks, though. Getting a bunch of sharks. Oh, bear's up there. Gotcha. Alright, and the next one... I don't have any fucking sharks at all. There's nothing we want on the next leg. Basically, we can just go to bed. Excuse me. Yeah, I guess we'll go for Spectral. Should I make over the little Leviathan? I think it's, yeah, it's also... I think it's also Krill. And then Plump. I wasn't even using my patience. Hopefully this catches the Gladius. No, that's right. It's probably gonna catch a fucking Mora. God damn it. It is the Mora. Fuck! Oh, that took a while. Spectral? Oh man, talking about Zelda though, I want to play Majora's Mask so bad. I always want to play fucking Mora. I always want to play Majora's Mask. Oh shit. I don't have the Spectral. Unfortunately, I wasn't looking for that. But that's okay. Probably gotta catch another Mora. I think I am. I think I just caught another Mora. Go away! Ah! I mean, it's alright. Cast him from the gallows! Holy shit, I'm getting a lot of mooches. I want a Mithril Sovereign, but that's okay. We were getting pretty good otherwise, so I'm not too mad. Oh, I forgot to put up patience. Okay, it didn't matter. Come on, give me a Mithril Sovereign. Ah, well. Probably already have one. I do not. No, this is the wrong one. Anyway. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, I already have one. That's right. Oh yeah, plump for the Moras. But I'm after bigger prey. Plump in a prayer, amen. I swear to God, I'm catching them more and more. Watch. Oh, wait. This could be the Gladius I need. There we go. Come on, little Leviathan. No. Damn it. That's alright. Alright, next. What do we got? What do we got? The Rotano C. It is plump for both Sharks and Spectral. So that works. And 3-bite. Sharks in these waters. We're so back. Triple hook for 7? What? I never know when to use triple hook, to be honest. It's 700 GP. Like, that's too much. With the Sabaton. Damn it. Alright, one more opportunity to get the Sabaton. No, that could be it. Come on. Let's go. It wasn't even our first one. Oops, I didn't realize we already had one. That's alright, we got it though. That's pretty good. That's a lot of points. Yeah, I already complete the Return OC gauntlet. That's taking a while. Is this the Spectral? I guess both the Chrome Hammerhead and the Spectral take a while, so. Chrome Hammerhead, we'll take it. Be nice if we can get the stone scale, but I don't think it's gonna happen. It doesn't look like we're reaching the gay water this time. Oh, here we go. Come on, Spectral. I want at least one attempt. Come on. Nah, whatever. Damn it, dude. I guess I should be glad to get so many sharks. But still. I want a chance with the Spectral Current. I think it's too late now, though. Oh, actually, if we don't get the Spectral Current, we only need one more Ferocious Bite Fish. That might be good. Alright, next bite, large shot fish. Nice. Ah, that's 2 bite, though. Come on. Fuck. Alright, just need one more cast, one more cast, one more cast. Please. Please, just one more cast. Do it quick. Do it big. Alright, we just need one more Ferocious Bite. Let's see it. This could be it. That actually might be it. It's taking a while. We just need it to happen before the fucking boat leaves. It's not gonna happen before the boat leaves. No, the boat left. I feel like I did well at least, except for that last. Okay, damn. Oh, my points sucked, though. Jesus Christ. I didn't realize my points were so bad. I feel like I did well, but apparently not. I feel like no, I got like 5,000 after getting almost all three missions done. I got like nothing, dog. I only got 3,000 points for the whole voyage for bonuses. I feel like I've gotten 3,000 on a single leg before. Anyway, let's see. All right. Sure, we're going to go down, you know. So I was gonna do Fire Emblem today, and then I sort of again put it off again. So I don't have too much planned for tonight, but I'll probably just finish off the Easter event. Oh, I'll have to go to other characters though, so I'm gonna log out, and then unless you want to do a dungeon or two, I wanna finish this off real quick though. Ah, Sonic Crank Hog. Beautiful. I did complete the thing with him. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Small clothes can do it, actually. Yeah, small clothes can do it. Take a drink. Oh fuck! I forgot to turn this off. I'll grab. Sure, I'll grab some booze. Alrighty. It's dark and stormy. Maybe after this I'll grab a dark and stormy. Oh yeah, my highest class is goldsmith. This, doesn't really get us anything for small clothes because we can't even wear the clothes that it gives us. Egg. It's egg time. What's up, Jane? How's it going? Egg. How much? Chill. We're just, I'm doing the events for 14 right now. I do need to kill all the Asians. Yeah, I'm just going through each character and stuff. I was gonna do actual things today. I was gonna have like a real stream. And then I had dinner with my dad. And it just ran a little late, so I was like, I don't know. Guys, here, put on a bunny spoon or a spring glam and join us at Violet Moon for Bunny Night. Dude, I can see bunny girls. String volume is pretty quiet. Oh, shit. Banui! Do you want me to increase my stream volume? It says that the audio is pretty, says it's pretty good, but I can up my my levels if you think it's worth it. Honestly, audio is always my biggest problem because I'm never sure what things sound like. Just a bit, yeah, I gotcha. Just up that a little tiny bit, up that mic, up the game audio. There we go. So you don't gotta adjust your stuff every time. Fair enough. Alright, hell yeah. No, I always appreciate people like telling me like, hey, this isn't working, you know? Do you have a stream mic? I do. I just have a blue snowball. Hold on, wait a second. For some reason, and then I run it through voice mod to clean up the levels a little bit. So it's a pretty cheap mic that I've had for a while, but it functions alright. Yeah, no, I think it's pretty much Blue Snowball is not the Snowball mics are not the best money you can buy, but they're probably the best best for the price. You know, they're really solid. And I do run it through some equalizers on voice mod, so that it gets a little better as well. But I'm glad you think it's good quality because I have no idea what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna go into the ASMR business next. I'm not. That's all. I would never be able to do that. Audio Technica 2020. Gotcha. That sounds familiar, but I'm not Voice mod's still off? What the fuck? That's weird. It might be because it's not like working right now for some reason. Like it's obviously my voice is still coming through it, but it's I don't know. It's weird. Try now because now I have a. Oh wait, I have to upgrade voice mod. That's probably what it is. Yeah, this was like $30 or something like that. This is a very cheap item. I might have to install new voice mod to properly get it to work. I'll have that in the background for now. I'll get started on that, and I don't know. I mean, I'd like to have the fun. I like people don't use the voice mod stuff as much. I mainly just use it for the equalizer, but you know, and it's not like I don't pay monthly on it. Every so often they do a promo where you can get it forever. Usually it's monthly. But I did do that, so let's see. Turn down the game volume. Okay, gotcha. I turned both up at the same time, but I probably did not need to, so I'll turn down the game audio a little bit. No, as I said, like I genuinely appreciate it because I don't know what's going on. And it's hard for me to hear what's happening on the stream in real time. So. Oh? What's up? Oh, wait, why? What did I do? Well, you gotta experience that for yourself, obviously. I'm not gonna spoil that part of the quest. God, this stuff I knew. I mean, you could have done it before the Sylph stuff as well, but now you've gone through both, so. I can't use any of the items from this on small clothes. This is my challenge run to play the game without equipping any armor. But I literally can't. It's actually impossible to do so. So. So, short-lived character on that one. That one, oh, Hops McNugget. Hops McNugget cannot do the event because that is my low percent character. That is not going to do any events. Stop cooning. Is it Brian David Gilbert? Whoa. Alright, Blue Boy time. This is our official stream character. I play him very little because I need to beat Final Fantasy 11 and 13 first. But he is the bluest boy. Yep. Well, 19 was nothing, so I'm not gonna do that. Well, that one sucked. That's alright. I have beaten a Realm Reborn as Blue Boy, but after that... Alright. Interesting. Whew. Alright. Mysterious vibe. I feel like they say mysterious vibe whenever they don't know who that character is. I'm 100. I'm like 90% sure they say mysterious vibe whenever they're like whether they have no idea what's going on. Blue Boy is not a character in their databank, so they're like, yeah, he's mysterious. SpongeBob in a depression face. Heard. Life is like a bad potion. Thank you, Amatsu. Interesting. Should I draw or write? What do you write? Depends on what you're writing about. Although I always find that in a selfish way, I feel like hell yeah. Well, one, I don't know, it's a good question. Because I feel like, if I'm writing, I like that to be the only thing that's on my mind. Like, only that or non-lyrical music, you know? So that there's no other English going through my head. But, we can also bounce stuff off if you want. But, draw! So I feel like, So, because I'm selfish, and I think it would be cool to have you here. Oh, shit, they said hi to me. Hi. What's up, Bryn? I think you should draw, but I think writing is cooler. Purely because it's something that I can do, and I can't draw. Yeah, 8 hours is probably accurate, but it's probably gonna take you longer than that. Oh shit. Personally, my brain sounds like a loud. Yeah, no, that's why I can't get like overstimulating stuff. But 50-50. All right, I'm glad you can. If you can, you know, either one. Then if you can get either done. I cannot like talk to anyone when I'm writing. I need there to be pure silence. Heaven's Ward is so good. Realm Reborn is kind of rough on the story. Heaven's Ward is very good. At least I really liked Heaven's Ward, but I also really like Realm Reborn. But in general, I think people tend to like Heaven's Ward as one of the best expansions in the game. My baby girl and my girl. Yeah, Heaven's Ward is next, yeah. No, silence is definitely. I totally get you on that. But my emo boy and goth woman, my baby girls. And they're at odds with each other, and they're making out. I don't know if they do that, but in my version of Final Fantasy 14, they do that. With my character, and they're making out with Jane's character. Weirdly enough, in my version of Final Fantasy 14, they are making out with Jane's character still, even though I'm the Warrior of Light in that one. I don't know what that means, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Should you smoke? If you want to, go for it, dog. I've already taken an edible personally, so. We all know the image. Yes, the bisexual image, we've all seen it. Twelfth Night, that's what it is, yeah. Dude, I was in another stream earlier today, and we were just talking, like, about, gender in early plays for whatever reason, like, the fact, like, I don't know, like, Shakespeare is so good. It's genuine. Shakespeare is really good. I know people don't like Shakespeare because they had to read Macbeth in high school, without watching it. And they had to read Romeo and Juliet, and Romeo and Juliet is probably my least favorite Shakespeare story. But like only because I've only read it, and reading it is very dry. But anyway, Shakespeare is very good, and it also like it reminded me of taking classes on drag in college. Which is really fascinating because, like, all of theater was drag, back in the day. And so, you know, you had a lot of boys kissing, and it wasn't gay because it was theater. You actually couldn't have girls on the theater because that was gay. And so, theater is fucking weird. The history of theater is bizarre. I don't know. This is mostly off topic. It just reminded me of that. Like, I was just like, gayest thing of the... Right, exactly. This is like mostly off topic, but we were talking about Shakespeare, so that reminded me of that. And just like, the fact that, in being horribly misogynistic, we accidentally were like, you know, European society and actually Asian society as well, a lot of the world, did not let women on stage, because they viewed women on stage as a form of prostitution. So they didn't want that in the public fields. Shakespeare was a real yearner, though, and I gotta respect that. Was he a good person? I don't know. We don't know shit about Shakespeare, but he was a real yearner, and that I can respect. Yeah, and he fucking, yeah, no, I'm a fan of Shakespeare, I'm sorry to say. I mean, most people back in that era definitely did not watch as well, though. But Shakespeare in modern era, smash, for sure. What? But anyway, dude, they're gonna not be a fucking Redditor. Because Redditors are not, anyway, but yeah, no, but there's the really interesting stuff about the old, like, plays is that they were accidentally just, like, very inclusive, towards other gender identities, because you had actors, like, you could genuinely go to school to be a girl. That's real. As an actor, you could go take classes to be a woman. Like, professionally. And then, like, that's all the roles you would get. You would, like, if you were cast as that, you would pretty much only get female roles and stuff like that. And you essentially live most of your life as a woman. So it's very interesting to me. I really like the history of drag class. There's a lot of really interesting stuff, including there was a Chinese spy who lived for like a decade as a woman married to a man who claims that he never knew. And it's also the subject of a really interesting play that we read as well. And like, I don't know, it's just fascinating. Like, it was very, very interesting. In one of those things where, like, the moral of the story is, I don't fucking know, someone was gay. What was the horrendous joke? As if I haven't heard it all before. Man, we are not scoring well today. Genuinely, like, no, it's fine. Horrible, but also, but historically correct. Like, we did a bunch of discussions on it. I can't remember what the play was called, but there was a play written about this. And so it was like a Chinese, like, performer, who performed as a woman, and she was a spy, and she married this like, government official in, one of the European countries. I want to say England or France, but I can't remember. And he claimed that he, you know, did the deed, and did not know. And so, like, it's like this fascinating story, and then, like, like for years she was, you know, leaking government secrets and stuff like that. It's like one of the most successful things, but it does beg the question. This play sort of goes into that of like, was this, you know, like how long can you be a woman without, you know, just like actively, you know, is this like sort of, you know, early Western sort of transgender sort of ideas, or is this you know, is like who is anyone who's gay? Is anyone gay? Like that was like what the class was for like a month. It's very interesting. It really like makes you think about like the sort of the general God, I didn't get enough. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like that's I think that historically, gender and sexuality is fascinating to me. Because it really is like one of those things where everyone is like, no, there's a man and a woman, and then they are together, and you know, like that's all there is. It's like, and you look back through history, and you encounter that same mindset constantly, but at the same time, dealing with very accepted social norms that contradicts that quite extremely. That's kind of it. Yeah, true. And it's I don't know, not to get like deep, but I do love explaining some shit that fascinates me. That definitely fascinates me. It's just very interesting. Like we always like, there's so many arguments nowadays that are like, oh, this is such a modern thing. Like you know, this didn't used to exist, and it's just not true. But what always existed was the idea that this never existed, and at the same time, it's existing. Like, not to like not to be like that guy, because I do consider myself straight, but straight people do not realize the world around them sometimes. Like in like this like fascinating way. You know, it's like you created a culture in which you can't be a female performer in a world where there are female roles. You're creating people that are living their lives as a gender that is not assigned to them. Like, and you know, that's gonna mean something. I don't know, but I definitely like have like a I definitely have this like it is like even like before those classes and stuff like that, you know, I've always been interested in sort of the you know, people like different than myself, you know, and seeing what how different people you know, in their lives and stuff like that, and that often translates into things that I cannot be or do not wish to be, like, you know, another gender or a different sexuality and stuff, you know. And so that is like, that is always, I feel like, you know, the why I'm kind of like this. Right, yeah. It's like, oh, if I had to choose between sex and women, I'm taking sex. Okay. With the guys? Like, that's fine, man. I'm not gonna judge, but like, I didn't think that was what you meant. Oh, man. I don't know. I think, like, I grew up in a progressive household. Half the population would disappear. Yeah. Like, I think even if you are gay and misogynistic, you're a combination of both things. Why the fuck would you ever, like, remove women? You're just gonna, like, half the population disappears and you're gonna be like, oh, finally, I could just hang out with the boys, you know? Like, that's just an insane thing to say in general. Regardless of like, like, if you think for a second. Sorry, I realized all my keys and wallet in my pocket. What are you doing? And I guess I know people that be the opposite too. Like, I don't want to. Oftentimes it is the weird guys, but I have some weird gals that are like, oh, I'd get rid of men. Like, half the population, you just there's no one there? No one that you'd rather keep? That's wild. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think, I definitely don't fit into a lot of labels and stuff like that, I think people, I don't know, that people, like, expect of me as a, also, look women got held for misogyny. Look women? What is look women got held for misogyny, by the way? Right. Yeah. Like, I understand that. So, here's the thing. I understand that people are hurt by the patriarchy, and that, like, there are a lot of women that are genuinely, feel betrayed and hurt by men. However, I do not think a society can work without, the whole of society, like, we need, if we have everyone here, there is, and this applies for everything, there is no society on Earth that can work while excluding a group of people that are already, like, in society. There are obviously there are punishments that exist for criminals, and for but there still needs to be a place in society, regardless of how you agree with things, for the people that are already there. There is no society on Earth that can survive with culling any population piece. I know that's way too serious for, like, what is necessary. People are like, get rid of all men. They're just pissed at men. That's what I understand that as well, but, like, it's also that's, like, the truth of things. Right. Like, if you're like, even, like, yeah, because that's what I think is, like, even if you, like, are get rid of all men, like, that's, there is, like, it is tough, because I know that means, like, that means, like, that, that is a, to get rid of the people that are thing, but, and that's also true. Yeah, this Automod is fucking crazy. I mean, it really does. It's like, it's holding everything for misogyny. There is a difference. Yeah, no, I totally agree. There is a difference between a man saying I hate women than a woman saying I hate men, because there is greater precedent for sexism coming from a man. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh man, what a conversation we're having. I don't know. I always feel bad, like, if people come into these streams, but they're genuinely the conversations I want to be having. So anyway. Okay. Yeah. There's a concept, the other's based in practice. That's fair. Terrible to say phrase to say the white guy. I forgot about that. Yeah, but there's a, because one of them, what, I would say, like, more so than like, yeah, no, practice is actually a pretty good way to put it. It's like, it's based on history, you know? There is a historical precedent, of men being mean to women. Obviously. That's like, in every position of power, you know, people have been really bad about that. So I definitely, like, I sympathize more with people that are like, I hate men, more than I sympathize with people that are like, I hate women. Which sounds weird to say. One, as a man, because, like, it sounds performative, but two, as, like, a person that does believe what I believe, that, like, everyone has to have a place in society for it to work. Yeah, I would say, like, neither are good, but one of, like, to truly, like, true, misandry, where it's like, you actively, you know, I don't know, that's the complicated situation. I don't agree with either. I think that there is, more, precedent to be had, for a group of people that are being misrepresented and being prejudiced against, to have prejudice against their oppressors. I think that's the most succinct way I can put it. But obviously that's not what I'm here for, you know? And yeah, I would, like, you know, I think we should, you know, like, it's very kindergarten to say we should all get along, but it is no less true. There are obviously going to be people that are mean to you, and you don't have to be nice to them specifically. But for the people that are just randomly, I don't know. It's something I've thought about, though, for sure. And it's something that I don't think I have an answer for, more so than I've said. I'm gonna sing Kumbaya. Yeah, I don't know. Me through. What? How did that work? Ah, man. You know, here on Resident Satch, we talk about safe, clean topics like the patriarchy and gender. Yeah. I think, I disagree that it's not entirely real. But I understand, that, like, I have heard the argument, that, like, it's impossible to be prejudiced against the oppressors, you know? This counts for racism and sexism and stuff like that. And while I disagree, I do understand that, that it's not the same, you know? Yeah. No, it's like that I fully agree with. Like it's not the same experience to have you know, to be oppressed and to be resistant than to be in power and to be you know, to look down on those who are lesser than that stuff. Anyway, yeah, no, we're like not less, you know what I mean. That was a terrible way of phrasing that. Like lesser in like in the mind of society, or however you want to put it, you know, that are prejudiced against. But you know, classic Satchel stream. I do feel like one of these days I'm gonna like, I don't know, cause I like talking about this stuff, and one of these days I'm gonna get in trouble somehow, and I know it's gonna happen. Actually, one of the things I know I'm gonna get in trouble with in the future, thank you, I appreciate it, I do, is the AI thing. Not to bring up another completely different and also incredibly controversial topic. I was talking with my dad and his partner that excuse me, sorry. That about like AI, and like it got me pretty heated, because like I'm very I don't know. Like, I think the way we use AI right now is incredibly flawed. And so, that's a partner, girlfriend, or whatever. Yeah, Amatsu is great. But I think it's because I think Amatsu is used correctly, rather than in replacement of human interaction. They are a tool and the source of comedy that we can use on the stream, and also that doesn't use up a like bajillion amounts of resources that could be better applied to actual help. Excuse me. I've been talking too much. Mad's partner was saying that that like they were sending an email, and the email like Gmail just wrote them a fucking response for them, like a whole paragraph of email in response to a friend, you know, and they just got shit wrong, you know, they got shit like blatantly just incorrect, and they were like it's so funny, and I was sitting there, I was like horrified. Yeah, they sent an email to a friend, to like a colleague, and like they responded to like every point on the thing, and then so she works in a library at a college. She works in a library for college, and after that, and the AI was like, oh yeah, it's really hard to get students to connect and to come into the library. And she was like, no, we have to kick people out of the library because they're always in the library. Apparently academic libraries across the globe are actually, weirdly enough, seeing a strong increase of people going to them. But public libraries and stuff are a little tougher to get people to come in. But I'm sure my dad and academic libraries are doing very well. And so it was just wrong. It was just wrong. And so apparently she wrote an actual email, and then at the bottom of that email just copy pasted the AI email. Because again, it wrote it without like any prompts. Like, it was just like here's a good response to your dear friend who wants to hear from you. Instead of hearing from you, actually have a robot write it, you know? Ugh. They also rent video games? Oh, that's sick. I haven't been to a local library in forever, even though there's literally one down the street. I used to live next to a library, but the library moved. Yeah, like at the very least, they are not ChatGPT in an overcoat. Which is like the main like thing, because the thing is that yeah, no, that library is really nice. It's a really nice library. I've been a couple times. I just haven't been in forever. Partly because I just haven't read in forever, which is bad, but But yeah, no, like, I think I support the use of AI as a tool to create things, as long as, like, what you do is human overseen. And I think even that, like, definition is a little controversial. Because I think a lot of people are basically like, we shouldn't be using it at all. But I think, like, as terms of, like, hey, you know, if you're like, hey, write my essay, what the fuck? Then you can't write an essay, you know? Like, you've missed the point of whatever you're trying to do. And if you're going, write my emails, then you're fucked. Like, if you honestly use an AI to write letters to your friends, it's over. It's just over. Yeah, it's like, but like, if you're, I don't know, and it's hard to think of exactly, but, like, for example, like, predictive text, and, like, if you're, like, struggling to think of the right word for something, and use AI to, like, to predict, like, the next thing you say, I don't know, like, I guess predictive text isn't Gen AI, so I don't know if that counts. But yeah, like, I think that's, glorified son waiting for our next big adventure. See, that's how we know. I was telling them, I was like, we have an AI in our chat, and I'm so glad they're like that, because, there we go. So funny. And original, Fletcher. And obviously, like, there are concepts in AI that are used considerably. AI is used in every video game ever made, basically, to justify how things move dynamically, to accommodate for random player expression. That, I think, is a great use of AI. Because that's something that, like, and that's the other thing, is that I think AI can be used for things that humans are incapable of doing, or incapable of doing well. At least, like, not, I don't know, like, so I think video games are a really good case for AI, but video game design is not a good case for AI. You know, like, replacing the human influence over art direction, I think is a very poor use of it, because it doesn't have the layers of human expression. Yeah, and like, using, yeah, like, this thing was, you'd be canceled for these opinions. I feel like some people really don't like AI, even in that stuff. I think about the, when Larian Studios, was criticized for using AI as, not as concept art, but as, ideas for their studio, and they got fucking reamed. And I think most of it was because they had a really poor, professional. They didn't have a very professional response to it. But I think like that specifically seems like an alright use. As someone that doesn't know much about the sort of design process, admittedly. But when I think of AI, like, you know, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna, and obviously, Gen AI uses a lot of resources, and that itself is troublesome. But like, I think if it was more environmentally conscious, I think using like, hey, draw me an orc, you know, or like, just so I can like use it as a because reference images are used in art all the time, and I think using it as a reference image and not even a concept art, I think is interesting, and arguably worth it. But they did respond to it really badly. They just made fun of everyone who was criticizing them, even though I think it's totally fine to criticize them. I just agree with that use. I don't think that was a misuse of the technology. But I think more so, less so in terms of I'm getting canceled, but more so I think like in the future I'm gonna get canceled. Like I'm such an old, like that's what I meant about it. Is that in the future people are gonna be like using AI for everything. So I do believe that like a better version of Gen AI is likely, whether we like it or not, is going to be the next big thing. But so I'm gonna be fucking robophobic in the future. Like that's more what I'm saying. I don't think I'd get canceled for this right now, but like I can see like if I ever have kids and like I catch them talking to some like AI girlfriend, I'm like, hey, why are you doing that? Like, go talk to a real girl. They're gonna fucking yell at me. Right. So that's what, like, I feel like an old man, you know? I think it's the first, I don't know, Fletcher. That would be wild. Like, because I do imagine that to be like how I think of like I'm like, oh, I don't understand why anyone could be prejudiced in this circumstance, or like not understand how the kids are acting this way, or using this technology, and I'm gonna be like that, I don't think this is the same as prejudice, but I do think like you think about like I don't know, my dad, like my parents have never really gotten what the point of streaming is. You know what I mean? So like they're like, they're supportive. They think I'm glad that I have fun. But I don't think they've ever really gotten, like, they don't watch streams. They probably never will. They're never gonna get it. And so like that's like the first time that I feel like I've been in that old man camp of just not understanding what the big deal is, Oh no, it's not a big deal if I call it a clanker. I do think having AI slurs is wild. I think that might need to stop, actually. I'm talking to, yeah, Satchel's talking to himself again in the attic. We're worried about him, but we don't know how to make him stop. We even sent that hacker after him to try to dissuade him, and he just kept going. Yeah, just one more time. Sorry. Wait, what's up? Oh man. So anyway, that's my thoughts. Is that like I think we're misusing AI, but I do think it is going to be the future once it actually, you know, either we destroy ourselves with it because we're using it too much and we don't understand what we're doing and we're giving it control of a lot of different important things. Anyway, or we figure shit out and it is used in a proper way, and then I'm a bigot. Or at least an old man who yells at clouds. That is true.
Can you please
that
write
is
an essay
genuine.
on the Jurassic period? Oh, of course.
Oh my god, I see
Here
this
you
one.
are.
It's so good.
This is incredible. Thank you. By all means, my pleasure. No, really, like you made the prehistoric age come to life. I'm just happy to help. Okay, undergraduate level article on the energy consumption of AI.
Hold on, I gotta finish this because this is such
article
a fucking
explores
better
the
video. This is
significant
such a
energy
good
demands
video.
of artificial intelligence, particularly in training and deploying those large language models. Not quite my style. Let's add some filler. I understand. This piece dives into the massive energy appetite of artificial intelligence, especially when it comes to training and running those hefty large language models. Not what I meant. It's all good. No worries.
Hold on,
I
I
don't
gotta
want
mute
you
the
to just repeat
game
the same thing in a
audio so
different
it's better.
I see now. This article investigates the high energy demands imposed by artificial intelligence, with an emphasis on the intensive processes required. Why do you suppose I just hurled a keyboard at your head, GPT? I don't know. Sure you do. Were you overwording or were you underwording? Overwording? Start again. AI is transforming the way we... AI is innovating how we drive... AI is shaking up the way we create... Overwording or underwording? Underwording. So you do know the difference! I'm not gonna deal with some lackluster 2-bit AI model that doesn't know the difference between a dissertation and a high school English essay. What is this? Adjective. What is that? Adverb. Count how many prepositions are in the article. 1, 2, 3, 4,
God,
5,
I didn't know they let
6,
Silicon
7.
Valley Neanderthals train these models. If you try to deliberately sabotage my article, I swear I will unsubscribe and switch to Gemini. Now, are you an overworder?
It's so fucking good. Also, holy shit, dude, my fucking score is crazy right now. Can we get a hell yeah for the 16,000 voyage? Now that's a fucking score. That's an excellent right there. I knew there was an excellent. I knew there was an excellent. I just couldn't hit it until this very moment. I knew there was an excellent. And it's even an excellent. Brilliant. I knew it. I knew it. I just couldn't prove it. Thank you. Come on. There we go. Now I can retire. That's the biggest moment I've ever done on stream. So clearly we're good. I proved the excellent theory. I really didn't need to do it well though. I have a lot of eggs left over. Holy shit, Mare! God damn, thank you. It's British now? It's British now. Oh no, it's gonna happen every time, isn't it? Well, thank you, Historic Murmur, for giving a sub to everybody on planet Earth. It's going to go through every name now. I do appreciate it though, thank you. Thank you! Yippee! Now I can make a clickbaity video about it. I became the first excellent in the world. That sounded like I was like making fun of someone that exists, but it wasn't. I don't know. I love videos like that. I don't know why I made fun of it. I was telling my mom the other day, my like favorite content on YouTube or in the internet in general is always like shit like no one has ever done this because no one has ever thought to do this because why would you ever do it? So I did it. And that shit is brilliant to me.
Chicken jockey.
Thank you, Fletcher. I really, really like, just shit that, like, one of my favorite videos of all time is Game Champ 3000's, playthrough of Pokemon Red without taking a single point of damage. Because no one had ever done it before. Because, why would you... Yeah, I saw that video, Fire Emblem Without Jumping. Why would you ever do that? I'm so glad they did that. But like it's a good video. Go watch Game Champ 3000 Pokemon without taking damage. And then it like inspired other people to do it too. Like but it was the first one that did it, I swear. And it's just it's just great to like have to have that, like, you know, just, yeah, no one has done that, because why would you ever? So I did it. Wonderful. Because somebody in the world needed to do it. Like, I consider beating Tetris on, no, that's not true. I was gonna say, you know what? No, I'm gonna be confidently wrong and say I believe beating Tetris, like completing Tetris, is on the same level as going to the moon. I'm gonna be confidently wrong. I don't actually believe that, because that would be insane, but I almost, like, treat them very similarly. A wild fact? Yes. From what iPhone 10 right now, that is every single device from that. Yeah, you're that's crazy. Wait, no, actually that is crazy. I didn't like every single device combined. You mean? Oh, with like no, not combined. That would be fucking insane and also impossible. Wait, really? No way. We're talking about like any individual, because I think it's like any individual item has. No, okay, never mind. It's every individual. The digital storage is crazy. That's what the fuck. It is crazy. Like I remember, like, you know, when I had to buy like a 258 megabyte SD card back in the day, and I was like, oh, that's expensive. And now you can get like fucking terabytes in your micro SD cards. Holy shit. But I do remember, like, the phone in your pocket has more computing power, like, you know, to an order of magnitude than the computing power of what sent us up to the moon, you know? Which is absurd. Because there are people alive. There are lots of people alive that remember when we landed a thing on a different body of not a different planet, but a different celestial body. And there are people that are alive now who will remember when we land people on a different planet, most likely. Right, yeah, in your calculator, then we sent with the moon. And that is crazy. Like, the acceleration of technology is frankly absurd. And, you know, is part of the worry with the, with, like, the, you know, expanding technology, but it's also just really cool. Oh yeah, you could just write shit now. You know, like, you could just write in English now. You used to have to, like, yeah, no, like, every bit of technology, basically. I'm really lamenting the fact that I lost all the research on the, not how powerful are you video. I did lose that one as well. But on the video I was gonna make, because I was doing this really cool, I learned this really cool thing, that basically, hacking was essentially first invented, sort of, on phone lines, where it was, people would hack the phone lines with actual just a tone that I got out of a cereal box, like this whistle that you could blow out of a cereal box that made the exact tone that that would hack you into the, like, the main line of a phone, of like a phone line. That's how the first hacking communities developed. There was literally a fucking children's toy that you got out of a cereal box that could make the exact noise necessary to, like, just an absolutely absurd shit that go on. Like, I would not believe it ever, but it's really interesting. No, I haven't got it. The Pentagon. I'm guessing. I'm guessing you. Yeah, I'm guessing hacks. Do you like White Hat? Oh, fuck yeah. No. That's so sick. Holy shit. Yeah, most of the shit that Mare tells me is some Hollywood writing right there. But, like, I think, like, I'll be, like, I already told them, I'm gonna gas them up a little for y'all. Like, they were like this back when we were kids, too. Like, they were writing books early in high school, you know? I still have them somewhere. Everyone needs to know how cool you are. Oh shit. That sounds pretty intense. Right? I always thought that was sick. I know that's probably a spec in this part of the in this part of your journey of life at this point, but, like, I was like, holy shit. Mostly you know, one, in part because writing a book is really impressive, but, like, that one's pretty cool, whatever. But, like, also because I could never write, and I really struggled with writing, so I always really respected people that could, you know, and I think still do, like, I really respect people that can do the shit that I am just incapable of. Anyway, that's like, again, going back to, I really am fascinated by by the worlds that I am not involved in. Oh, anytime. I mean that very sincerely. I just, like, with shit that, like, that I could probably do if I spent all of my life working at it, but, like, you know, some people are just able, you know, I feel like, and I don't want to sell myself short, I feel like I'm able to do shit that other people are not. You know, like, I'm not, like, I'm a super genius at anything in particular, but, like, you know, there are weaknesses in certain things, and even if it doesn't matter too much, I'm better at video games than some folks. And I'm much worse than most, but anyway, but, like, you know, just the worlds that I am not a part of, I've always been fascinating to me, which is why, like, you know, I talk so much about, you know, the stuff I learned in college, and about gender and sexuality, and, you know, also about theater, which was my actual major. Of just, like, you know, things that I would never consider because society considers it. Yeah, I don't see anyone else with an excellent rating. Thank you very much. But, like, that stuff is always very, very interesting to me. You know, I feel like I've done cool stuff. I don't think it's been, like, crazy, but that's true, though. I guess I definitely see a lot of stuff with, like, well, I mean, here's the real truth, is that people tend to, like, I don't know, there's definitely a lot of people that are insufferable about, being, like, better than other people, you know, at something, but I think that there's a lot of, like, overt jealousy, I think, for that stuff, which I totally get. I'm super fucking jealous, all the time. Anytime, like, someone is interested in stuff, and that's why I try to learn about everything. But I definitely see that, like, and it sounds shitty because it's like, oh, you're just jealous because this person's in Mensa. It's like, well, it's just a Discord now. Also, I haven't taken an IQ test in a while. I probably can't qualify anymore, but I definitely could have before, I can tell you that. $200 a year? That's not terrible, but I'm not doing it. Also, I'd feel outclassed, for sure. I am many things. Confident is not one of them. I haven't taken an IQ test since high school. Because I'm always like, oh man, I probably am worse now. Ah! How did I miss that? I don't know. Yeah, that's true. Like, there are several people on every community. Like, you know, there are several people in Final Fantasy 14 that are really good at this game. Because they are better than you at this game. And that will make them feel like they are better than you in general. And it's very easy to make fun of people that are very on their high horse about silly things. Because, like, bro, this game costs $15 a month. You know, we're all at the pockets of Yoshi P. And when we all die eventually, our tombstone will say nothing about it. You know what I mean? But anyway, I've always been very proud of my IQ scores when I was a kid, but I don't know. I feel like there's always like a bigger fish in that department, so I try not to put too much stock into it. You know, I have certain things that I'm proud of, and that is one of those. But like, I definitely like, my mom will tell you the exact score, but it's somewhere around 155. But I don't remember. I don't know. But like, it also sounds like, as one, there's always a bigger fish. There's always something to be jealous about. That, like, essentially, with IQ, it's essentially mostly fixed, you know? Damn, dog. See, like that. So, like, I will not be able to hit 187. Like, I might be able to improve it by a couple points, but in general, should the IQ test be working properly, I should not be able to get it much beyond that. But so there is like a little bit of like jealousy of stuff that you will genuinely never have. And that is very tough, to consider. But also I think it's I don't know. It's rough to say, like, different people are born with different amounts of intelligence, or, you know, I mean, like, obviously everyone has met people that are smarter or dumber than they are. Gotcha. Yeah, so I got A score when I was small, and I got a very similar range when I was in high school, and that's all I know. So I was, you know, so I don't think I hit 160, but I was you know, high enough that I'm fairly proud of it, I guess. There's a lot to do. Oh yeah, no, IQ does not equate to your specific intelligence. So, you know, it doesn't equate to like, you know, how, and it doesn't apply to a lot of different forms where people are good at things, you know? Like, I was never tested in my cooking skills in my IQ test, you know? Or how well I am to like, you know, how fast I am to apply logic to a basketball game and correctly make the right maneuvers. But like, it is, so, that's also, yeah, I don't know. Fucking, yeah. Not a bad score there. So I think, like, that's the other thing that I think is the issue with IQ sometimes with me. A lot of people are, not a lot of people, that does paint a bad light. Some people with, IQ are like, well, that means I'm objectively, like, smarter / better than you. And while I think, like, people with higher IQ are likely going to do better in math class, you know, I think there is, I think there's so much variance, and there's so many different forms of, intelligence and skills in general that I just, yeah. No, I'm certain. And again, I'm the only, I can guarantee you, no one else in that Discord has an excellent score in Final Fantasy 14, so. So there's a lot of different, like, stuff, I think, so. But that is the tough part about IQ, is that, people use it as an excuse to brag sometimes, which applies to my mom as well, because my mom has high IQ, and she always says I'm the only one I've met that's higher than her, that at least she's asked about, so, but she's met Mare, so obviously that's not entirely true. Yeah, so I think, I don't know, it's just, it's one of those things where like I definitely get jealous about, because it's something that like I can't really work towards, and I think it's a different sort of jealousy when you can't eventually get there. My mom is great. She is very proud of me, and she is very smart. But like, goddamn. Better IQ scores. In general, if the test is accurate, you should not be able to, get better IQ. And I don't know how true that is, but like, in general, you know, your IQ should be the measure of your intelligence, regardless of how much you studied for the test. Basically, like you, but anyway, higher score, more struggle to meet standard societal expectations. That makes a lot of sense. Locally, but I don't know, like, there's, like, but I think there is, like, a level of jealousy that I don't particularly like about myself, where I'm like, well, you know, but, like, I can't get there, so, anyway. But I don't think that's entirely fair. I think, cause I'm also, you know, jealous of people that can draw, but that is something that, like, I'm like, oh, but I don't draw because I just don't want to put in the time, you know? Like, that's something that, like, I could, you know, there's something in the back of my mind that, like, it's like, I could get there, if I had the motivation to do so. I just don't. And that is different from, like, direct intelligence. I'm so jealous. I have no ass. But I could work on it if I really went to the gym every day and worked on my squats. I guess I gotta go to the gym anyway, so I might as well work on that. Push-ups for what? For eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Ah, shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Push-ups are for the chest, that's true. I gotta get back into Dark Souls. I can do more push-ups. I can work out a little bit. Especially because that was way too taxing. I'm very good at push-ups. Excuse me. Hey, I won. But yeah, I can't. Oh yeah, and I definitely have, like, I don't know, like, I think it's easy. I think it's good to. Oh, so this is what I mean by I can be self, like I can be in what's the word, like looking within yourself. Anyway, I can be that, without, I don't know, like, sometimes I can't. Like, that's what the weird thing is. Because, like, I'm very aware that I am unconfident in a lot of things. occasionally, can be jealous and stuff like that, and so. But I think it's important to recognize when things like that happen. But I also like to use that as explanation for, for people's behavior out in the world too. So like, I'm like, well, I don't know, obviously I don't count for the entire population, but if I'm jealous of that stuff, then like that might be sort of similar to how other people are feeling. I don't know. That's the most kindergarten shit I've ever said. That's like the basic ass human interaction. But I do think some people forget that sometimes. What's up, Mayor? Did you check mail? I did. I did check mail. I don't know if I'm particularly excited about viscous secretions. Oh, I totally get that. Like this goes to Satch. No, I worked with a lot of people at the restaurant that were very very quick with jokes, like just effortlessly funny, and that shit pisses me off because I can't do that. And I know I sit here and I stream and I try to be as charismatic as possible, but like, god damn, some people are oh, I bet. I think I have a good charisma stat is what I'd say, like in D&D. I think my charisma stat is good. I think I don't have here's how I put it. I have a good charisma stat. I don't have proficiency in persuasion. You know what I mean? Like I have good like natural charm. Like this sounds like I'm bragging, but this is the oh, I highly doubt that. But like I don't know what I'm talking about. Like I can't like accurately ascribe proper jokes and stuff like that. But I like to think that I can get along with most people. I think knowing you, I think if charisma stat is your dump stat, I got the rest of your stats have to be fucking cracked. You know what I mean? Like like you're very, I don't know, like I obviously haven't met you in real life, but I think online at least you're very charismatic. You're very and you seem to get along with pretty much everyone. So yeah, I think your stats are just cracked, and I'm very jealous now. Nah, I mean like the evil plan has worked. People think I'm funny. Where else here went to the same high school? Yeah, me, Fletcher, and Meryl went to the same high school. Albeit Fletcher and Meryl went to high school at different times. So those two know me from real life. Yeah, so like Mare and Fletcher never crossed paths as far as I know, because Mare was only in there for a brief period. Jane did not go to my high school. I don't know. I think, as far as I know. Eventually, we're just gonna find out, like you and Bai, like, also were there, and I've never seen you guys somehow. Yeah, you're just in the walls. There's actually a secret, like, classroom. Some kind of, like, platform 3/4 thing, but, like, not transphobic. Knew I heard voices. Pi is my twin. Oh, hell yeah. I'm in your fucking walls. It doesn't matter anyway. Bai's too busy with his new friends now. He doesn't have time for us. I tell him now. Oh no! Wait, no! Wait, no! How could you? I think he feels guilty for not being in the streams, but like he's having fun elsewhere. Like, you shouldn't feel guilty. This is always an optional activity. However, I am gonna pop into talking chat and yell at him, I think. No. He should not feel guilty. Also, I really hate to do this after you just made fun of me that I don't wash my hands, but I'm gonna go to the bathroom now and then wash my hands after I go to the bathroom. And I'm gonna wash my hands again, actually. I'm gonna wash my hands twice. Thank you very much. Alright, I'm back. And yet you still say BB hands. Oh, sorry, I should have gone 3 times. My bad. Join you if you want to yell at him? Oh, no, well, then we ought to do it. On. Wait, Jane, you there? We gotta yell bye. Hold on, I'll put him on, Alright, ready. Alright, I'm going in. Disaster! Look who decided to show up to stream! Oh, wait!
Wow.
Wow. Hello.
Oh,
We're having an Overwatch game where it seems to be fucking Satan himself as Widowmaker.
Yeah, no, we have like this. We have the motherfucker that killed Osama bin Laden as Widowmaker.
Damn!
Why do you hate us? You don't want to, like, have fun with us anymore.
Yeah.
So sorry. I've been kidnapped by so
You
many people.
left us for Overwatch. That's fine. Winston's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, have fun.
Oh, no, Winston's cooler than anyone in this server. Sorry to say this, but if I could hang out with a cool vanilla scientist, I would.
So fucking scared.
It's okay.
Hey, Boston, come here.
Alright, I'll let you guys have fun. I'll see you around.
Alright, yeah.
Please. Alright, very nice. We accomplished nothing and made it very uncomfortable. Perfect. I'm being a hater on main is what happened. I was talking to I wanted Bai's Asters in voice chat right now. the Overwatch stream. I have Overwatch downloaded, actually. I could play Overwatch. It just is one of the only games that makes me genuinely upset no matter how I play it. Unless you want to see me get actually mad in like a not funny way, I think I'll pass on Overwatch. It's League for that's League sometimes. Oh man, I kind of want to play League. Oh shit, that's the devil talking. But if I just play ARAM, or if I'm like, yeah, if I play ARAM, I'm fine. I really want to play ARAM actually. That sounds so fucking fun. But I can't focus on that right now. I haven't played ARAM I haven't played League in actually maybe a year. I think I might still have my old email address. I'm gonna have to change that. Because I just genuinely forgot that I played that game. You know what game I've started playing though? That I have been playing is Dissidia Duelum. I'm playing the new Final Fantasy game. It's shocking. And it is not good. It's fun. It is fun, but it's a gacha PvP game. I have huge fucking issues with that shit. Like, the reason why I can advocate for Genshin Impact at all, basically, even though it's a gacha game, is because it is not a, it's not a gacha game that has PvP, which, incites, like, player competitiveness and an actual pay-to-win model. It's because you want to, look, and that's a completely separate thing that's entirely true. The main thing is that, like, is that Genshin has, like, you know, with all of its problems, which it has many, is not pay to win, because you can beat the game without ever interacting with gacha, and also, there's no, like, winning outside of story events and stuff. There's no leaderboard, aside for, Abyss clears, I guess. So I guess that does happen. What am I missing? There you go. But it's very, very minor. So, like, that's why I can, like, advocate for that game and not for a purely PvP game that is, Dissidia Duelum. But if they're willing to sponsor me, I'll change my tune. I don't know, I probably won't. I have such, like, I don't know, I have such, like, it is very fun, and I think I could, I can find entertainment in just about anything I play, but, it doesn't mean I agree with the monetization style of it. That was a horrible showing. Nothing can take the excellent away from me, that's true. Thank you for reminding me. Alright. The problem is I gotta do this like multiple times if I want to get all the face wear. And I do kind of want to get the face wear for everyone, so, I don't know. But I shouldn't worry about it. I should just take a victory and leave. Especially you know what? Why am I doing this a bad son? I don't want to play this character anyway. This is my worst character. Look at this fucking hotbars. This is atrocious. I guess I might as well clear this now. I love organizing my hotbar. But if you don't know, Bad Son is my challenge character, because I have a lot of challenge characters that I will never probably finish. where I'm not allowed to adjust the hotbar at all. Every UI element on the screen has to remain exactly as it is for the entirety of the game. And it's awful. Because this is how Yoshi P wants you to play the game, by the way. They want you to play with the fucking thing right here in the middle of your screen. Thank you, Mayor. Oh, shit. Yuck is right. I can't stand it. It's awful. My 1-2-3 combo is like a 1-2-7. That's good, because my brain hasn't, and it's terrible, actually. Oh, whoops. Shit, I fucked this one up. Should have gone to the other side. Okie doke. How dare you? First of all, how dare you? Second of all, how dare you? Overall, bad son got bad results for obvious reasons, because he's bad. I don't have any inventory space. Hold on. Get rid of some of these fish that are in my inventory. I can't, that's not a real shop. Okay. Hold on. There's gotta be a real shop somewhere. Ah! I'm gonna go into the, or maybe you? No, you're not a real shop. I'm gonna go into the granary. This is my favorite location in Final Fantasy XIV. Genuinely might actually be. There's just a miller here. He's got his own shop. Everything like he's got customers and stuff like that. He's got his own things. He's got people milling about, quote intended. He's probably, I think he's used for one quest in the game as a side quest, and he sells 3 items. So no one is here. There's just no one ever here. And now he's gonna have a lot of fish. He's living the dream. He's just a normal guy. That's right. That's how we came up with the idea for normal guy. I want to make a character that's called normal guy, and he's just a normal guy, and he can't do any like magic, because that normal people can't do that. Like he just can't do any like fantastical abilities at all. Oh, nice. There's still a couple things, and there is post-ARR. So, you're still a ways away from Heaven's Word, but post-ARR is at least pretty cool. It's like that's when the game starts getting good. Arguably, is after you beat the first villain. Dude, the shit with Nanamo Amano and fuck, I can't remember his name. Best character in Realm Reborn. Yeah, that's some voice acting. And they changed some of the voice actors too, which is weird. Oban? Oban is not the name. It's Raubon. 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 Raubon is the fucking best. Yeah, you were doing a mix between Olda and Raubon. But yeah, no, his little arc in A Realm Reborn, brilliant. That's when the game gets good, arguably. And even before that, you have the stuff with Moonbreeda. That's pretty memorable because Moonbreeda is actually like an actual character instead of just like nothing. Which unfortunately a lot of the Realm Reborn characters just haven't developed yet. And they do. Like a lot of the Scions become very interesting, but because like in a bad bit of story writing, but like in a way that makes sense, I guess. The game doesn't really introduce you to them. Like, you know, it says, you say hi, but you're, like, not a friend to any of them until you start getting to Heavensward stuff. Like, you're just kind of, like, a useful guy, you know, and you save their lives, sure, but, like, whatever. Like, you're, like, co-workers in A Realm Reborn. And you don't become friends until later. And so a lot of those characters, because you never really, like, learn who they are, just are not super interesting yet. And there's some, you know, some fun ones and some hot ones. Okay, they're just testing shit out. They're not actually playing. Right. Yeah, that's a lot of what our Realm Reborn is. It's just, you don't get a lot of the really good character work that happens later. Which I think is some of the best parts of 14. And my favorite parts of Final Fantasy in general are when the characters really get to shine. It just doesn't happen in Realm Reborn. There's fun dungeons. If you really pay attention to the storylines, they're interesting enough. But you just are not invested in the people. So it's really tough. Y'shtola gets a lot. Yeah, she gets, you, like, meet her mentor and stuff, and, she has a pretty big role but I think it's post Heavensward. No, it's like a mid-section of Heavensward, you get a bunch of stuff with Y'shtola, or, like, towards the end or something like that. There's, like, one section that's purely Y'shtola, and I can't remember exactly where it's put. Yeah, it's the Y'shtola section, basically. It just actually is. Oh, it's the Bunny Night again. They're advertising everywhere, apparently. And then Stormblood. Ida becomes really important in Stormblood. Or at least early in Stormblood. She gets her moment. Yeah, Alphinaud definitely becomes way better. Both because you learn more about him and because, like, he kind of sucks sometimes, and then he, like, truly redeems himself, you know? Yeah, no, I think that you're tired, like, he's, like, post-Realm Reborn, he sucks in a very realistic manner, and then it's like, I shouldn't have done that, you know, and like in a kind of a heartbreaking way. And you're like, oh man, yeah, I'm not gonna tell you what happens, but he doesn't do well. He don't do well. And then he sort of redeems himself, you know, and he becomes yeah, so it's pretty good. Whereas in The Realm Reborn, you barely know the guy. Yeah, he's like a... Actually, to Final Fantasy's credit, they do a good teenager occasionally, like 50% of the time. 50% of the time, they write a good teenager. And the fact that, like, hey, this person is very flawed. Which I think is more than average, the people think. Final Fantasy VIII is a great game. And it's almost entirely because of the same thing. It's that Squall sucks. He sucks. He's so angsty and like moody and unreasonable and rude, and he's a 17-year-old boy. He's a 17-year-old boy. Like, everything is explained by the fact that he's a 17-year-old boy who is given increasingly important roles in society. And also he's falling in love with this girl, and like he's like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. And if you read the dialogue, some people really don't like Squall. I just don't understand that, because like he just gets such a good he just gets so good eventually. Anime is definitely worse than Final Fantasy is with teenagers, for sure. Utopia. But like there's so many good examples of just like there's some pretty egregious examples of like kids not being able to be kids in Final Fantasy, especially in the early games. Like that are just treated with the same, like, oh, they're just smaller adults. But I think there's some really good writing in some of the Final Fantasy games that like are like, yeah, they're just going through like they're going through the like they can't comprehend that shit, you know? And that really lets you know that they're gonna mess up, because kids are gonna mess up. But I think also very importantly that, you know, they get saved anyway. Right, yeah, I think, click. Right, Fire Emblem is very bad at it. It always just like is like, hey, here's except for Three Houses, I think is the first Fire Emblem game that I've played, because I've only played 3. Where that like it like your first real battle in Three Houses, there's a really interesting, like, all of your people that you're fighting with are like, I think I just killed someone. What the fuck do I do about that? You know, and like you have like a moment, you're like, oh shit, that's right, they're kids. Oh no. I think it's this video about the new Fire Emblem. Can we watch it? Oh, like there's not in the new one that just released. There's just like a trailer for it. We can watch the trailer if you want me to, though. Or do you want me to just play Three Houses? I can also just play Three Houses. Yeah, because you fight like a couple like mock battles, like fake battles, except for the house leaders. And then you get into like a real bandit encounter, and they're like, these people aren't getting back up. You know, you click, oh shit. The Fire Emblem is usually really bad about like, hey, 12-year-old boy who's really good at magic for some reason, would you like to join the military? Okay, I gotta pull him. Hello, free company. I do want to play, I will play Three Houses eventually. It's best character, Great Ape. I love Great Ape. How is everyone? Everyone loves Great Ape. But yeah, like I have a real appreciation for kids in, like, that's a weird fucking phrase to say, kids in violent media that are treated like children. Weird thing to say, but I do think, like, if someone could say it better, I think that's it. Yeah, that's true. You know, it's just you have like RPGs where you fight God as a teenager, and sometimes that's a little difficult, actually. Sometimes, get this, little tough. Oh my god, as a teenager. Most kids, that's the greatest thing about RPGs. Most kids fight God as a teenager, in some way or another. And to have that be immortalized in media is why that shit is so popular. Because like some people, definitely more than others, let's be real, have, like, serious talks with the, like, you know, with, like, how, with life itself and the greater being, and sometimes actually God, and that you know, that being able to overcome those challenges is a very important part of being a teenager, and is why, like, every anime and Final Fantasy game is about, like, killing God, you know. I can make a video essay about that, honestly. That would be a good one. Right, yeah, true. Yeah, the reality of being like a kid in danger is terrifying, and, you know, like, or not letting people have their childhood is incredibly damaging. And so to include that in media is both very realistic and heartbreaking and truthful. Yep. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's also a lot of media that that, like, doesn't treat children well in that regard. But I appreciate it. Anime is really bad about treating children like children in their fucking things. What? Yeah, fuck, marry, kill. Yeah. No, I all we've been doing today is opening cans of worms. There's so many worms on this fucking table. So many fucking worms in here. Oops, all cans and all worms. Oh man, but, like, it is I think it's important to talk about, you know. And I just feel bad sometimes for people that are, like, gonna come into the thing expecting a lighthearted romp through Eggland, and, like, we're, like, talking about, you know, fucking gender identity and the unfortunate relationship media has with teenagers and children. Like, I love like talking about this stuff, so I'm always down. But like, and you don't have to feel bad about, like, my viewership ever. Also, I want that to be clear. I worry about like if people come in here and be immediately sort of uncomfortable. But I don't know. I don't think we ever get into anything that's like truly upsetting. I hope. I don't know. But I like doing it. Man, I want ice cream so bad. It's 10:30 at night, and I don't have ice cream in my freezer, and that's gonna become everyone's problem. Like, what the fuck? You have ever a craving and you're like, man, that's bullshit, because I know I can't have that. Perhaps this is not the place for them. Oh, no, for deep talk, for talks about nonsense, like, that we keep talking about, I guess. I don't know, but it's also, it's mostly hard for me to not talk about that stuff, because, I just say whatever's on the tip of my tongue, and I always say that y'all should be very glad that I don't have, like, actual problematic opinions, because you would hear them. Like, I don't know when to shut up. I really don't. Alright, I'm glad. Because I'm like, ugh. Why is that quest? The things we do for cheese? Oh, you're doing the cheese dungeon. Yeah. That's just the cheese dungeon. The cheese, yeah, it's the dungeon you have to do for cheese. It's not even a joke. That's that's arguably my least favorite part of ARR that you're in right now. It's even worse than the sylphs. It means nothing. There's nothing there. I forgot about that. The cheese dungeon sucks. I'll run it with you if you want. Just let me know when you get to Brayflock's long stop, and I'll hop back on Satchel. Yep, there we go. That's the pattern recognition I was looking for. Yoshi P should pay you? Dude, Yoshi P, Yoshi P, please. I'm willing to do anything. Just give me a free sub. Just give me a free sub. I will be your biggest, I am your biggest fan. I'm already giving you free advertisement. Well, you know what? No, it is just a better idea. Like, I'll stop advertising for you unless you give me a free sub. Oh, gotcha. Do you want to do the dungeon, or are you comfortable? Or you just want to do that? I mean, I guess as long as you're having fun. I just feel like the dungeons are the fun part. So it is faster. NPCs are always slower than real people in this game. But I'm not gonna yuck your yum. And I am a tank. I love being a tank. It's very fun. I am so bad sometimes. Whenever I do like a dungeon that I haven't done in a while though, I always go like the wrong way. But I do try to like be good about, you know, the stuff I'm doing. I always ask people whether they want to go fast or whether they want to go slow through a dungeon. So, Mayor, if you want to go through the 100% route of a Brayflax long stop, we can. Or if you wanted me to do it fast, we can. Or if you want me to do it in the middle, I can. Rescue the tank's better at play? Oh, fuck yeah. I'm gonna go balls to the wall. I love, like pulling everything. I would never critique a person. Well, I mean, like, I guess if they wanted, but in this game, unless we are raiding at the top level of gameplay, we are trying to get first clear on the new raid tier that is impossible to clear. I am not giving critique to anyone. Are the oldest here? I'm 27. So, and Nair's 28, I believe. Sorry, I don't know if you wanted me to give out that information. I'm sorry. You're 27? Oh, I thought you were a year older than me. I'm completely wrong then. My bad. I think... Okay, my bad. I was thinking of you being a year older. Bad friend. Gotcha. See, I have Brayflax, right? I do have Brayflax, thank God, yeah. Oh my God, are they still advertising the same bunny stuff? Okay, no, that's a different one. Born in 97, gotcha. Yeah, I was born in 99. You might be the oldest then. 1897! You fool. But I meant the year 99. There's no other numbers. Alright, sounds good. Let's do it the real way then. Let me get some food real quick. Make sure you are of your preferred class. But I need some... What do I need? Honey muffins! Oh, we're gonna get instant queue then, goddamn. For a Realm Reborn, yeah, exactly. With a tank and a healer, no wait time. You gotta resub, dog. Fast Q is dude, DPS is rough in this game. Howdy. Yoshi P! That's what you want, right? To win? Where the fuck am I going in this? I don't remember. Shit, I don't remember. Oh shit, okay, my bad. Alright. My bad, my bad. You said the riskier the tank gets. I was prepared. Alright, I'll play a little slower. Oh, I don't have my 5. That's what. Alright, I don't have some of my buttons. I don't remember how you do this dungeon. I don't remember how you do this dungeon. You gotta go over here, apparently. There we go. We're figuring it out. We got it. We got it. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm not. I do want to say I'm not a very good tank, but I do like it a lot. Nope. Nope. No. Oh, they're pulling ahead of me. I want to do Pictomagic so bad sometimes. That sure looks awesome. Can you unlock it as Fisher? I know, you have to be a combat job to unlock other combat jobs. So unfortunately, I cannot get Pictomancer. Sorry, I was joking. Gotcha. It's a good question to ask, honestly. Unfortunately, Repose is not going to do anything while we're working on it. I do Repose when it's aiming. Nah, I would purely do Ruin. I'd yell open it's done over. Don't worry, sorry, don't worry about it, bye. I want it to be rude. You had I was just saying afterwards, like, you do not have to, this is still an optional thing. It's just funny to pretend like you have to show up every time. Gotcha. Sounds good. I was not being a hater. I was being a hater. I was such being a hater, dude. Nice. Let's pull it into the arena. Let's go. Apologies for the haterade. I'm addicted to the haterade. We're not doing anything really important anyway. But, I will be doing my big stream on Sunday, so it'd be cool if you showed up, but no worries if not. There we go, there's the boss. Yes, come over to the dark side. finish Heaven's Ward. Oh yeah, we're recording tomorrow. We're almost done with Star Wars. Yeah, unfortunately, it's really it's very rare to have podcast episodes or Spotify episodes on the actual like as notification on the Discord. Like no one does it, so I had to like buy premium for Carlbot or something like that. Did we have to do any of that? I don't remember. God damn it. I never know what dungeon requirements are. She went invisible. Alright, let's run it. We were just hanging out there for a second. God, level 34, you have so little. You have so little tools. And I mean, I'm level like 44, so I don't have that many tools either, but still, it's ridiculous. Gotcha. I see what you mean though. Yeah, I guess most bosses don't allow for stuns and repose, basically. But a few of the early ones, like the ones on here, do. And I'm not sure which ones are. But yeah, it's good. Repose is good at early AoE for sure. Let's go. Let's go. I wanted to cheer again. That's right. Alright, I'll let you have the stuff.
Right past the edge of the void area. This
What?
is hard. In HD any percent, the trick
This
saves
is
about
hard.
8 minutes, as it
Where the
skips the
fuck is?
fishing
Oh,
rod and
there it is. Sorry, I'm watching a video about a very important video about the differences of 100% speedrunning in Twilight Princess. A game that I have not 100%ed nor speedran. Fair enough. It's eventually, like, after you get through a Realm Reborn, almost no bosses are sleepable or stunnable. Oh, whoops. Hold on, I gotta disband the party. Sorry. Oh man, I still have a couple characters I need to do the event on too. Yeah. Which is part of, like, 11 is so wild for this. Almost all, like, most status effects work on most bosses in 11. Which is fucking crazy, considering, like, how few of them work in 14. You did awesome. I accidentally, I did accidentally pull too far. But you did great. Also, again, I'm not gonna give criticism, on like, unless we're like in top level play, you know? You know, this game is ultimately about having fun. I would not want to take that away. You could only cast Repose. Yeah, if you only casted Repose the entire time, as long as you got through the dungeon, you know, I guess I'd probably say, like, hey, Repose doesn't usually work there, but well, they have add Loquium for actual healing. Yeah, you should have Physic as well, though. I think Physic is there too. Physic is much worse than Adloquium, so I would honestly only use Adloquium anyway. Yeah, no, it's just purely better except for MP cost. It's the only thing Physic is better for. But usually, unless it's a really sustained battle, you'll never have to worry about your MP. You just, like, if it's running low, use your MP restoration buff thing. That I can't remember the name of. And if you're not running low on MP, then you don't gotta worry about it. Seems pretty decent. Lucid Dreaming, that's what it is, yeah. But as long as you keep up Lucid Dreaming whenever, whenever it comes off cooldown, you should never have, you should never worry about MP, unless you're reviving a bunch, because your revive costs a fuck ton. Alright, I just want to hang and play more 14, but I should finish this real quick. Yeah, I think everyone has a different job that is just too stressful. So I think, like everyone plays this game very differently, obviously. And I think that's one of the things, is that, like, I find healer very stressful. I don't think I'm very good at it. And I find some DPS jobs to be very stressful. Like, melee DPS jobs are rough, but I really like Summoner, for example. Yeah, I can't get a hang of Dragoon. I think, like, having all the button combos is a lot for me. Whereas Summoner is like, you press this button, and then you press that button, and then you press that button, you know? And it's not like you have to press this button, then this button, go back to rotation, do this on this side. Anyway. This is so true. Trying to flirt with a female knight, and you're like, hey, babe, you know, that armor would look a lot better on my floor. And then just, like, and then just like about an hour of removing your fucking full suit of armor, just like clank, clank, clank. Armor stays on. Yeah, the armor has to stay on. I think it's impossible to get off. Yeah, Scholar, healers are pretty bad for single target or single combat. So it's probably, yeah, probably good. I think it was, I don't know, how long did armor take to get on off? I can't remember. Fair amount. I think in D&D it says it says 10 minutes, I think, for heavy armor. I don't remember exactly what it is. And I don't know if that's accurate. I only know the D&D. No, but Summoner is my technical main, though I haven't played it in a while. I like how a Summoner has changed over the years. It really has. It's become very different over the time. Oh, yeah. That'd be cool. I can absolutely help with that. I had company D&D at the restaurant, so that was awesome. No thinks, only eats is that person's name. Free company invite? Sure. Oh, from No Thinks Only Eats! Sakura Haven. How many members are there? Oh, it's 35. This is a small one. Yo, what up? Oh yeah. Thanks, my mom gave it to me. Nice. Oh shit! Yo, thank you! Thank you! To the kid, tier 1 sub. Sorry. I appreciate it. Thank you! Whatever. Hell yeah. That's so nice. That's good. I had a good time today. This is a fun time. I feel like I've been surprisingly on since I haven't taken my Adderall. Usually I need like Adderall to be coherent, and I don't think I have been noticeably coherent, but you know. I've at least been able to continue to talk. This executive function is my executive function. I'm the best Ellison model. Toxmatine. I have not heard of that one. I might be. I don't know yet. The sweeping noise is someone doing the most annoying emote ever. This is known to be the most annoying emote. Is the sweeping emote. It's very loud. Yeah, your experience is not alone in that. Everyone hates the sweeping emote, and then people hate the sweeping emote, so they do the sweeping emote. It's very annoying. Sorry, I had to stand there because I was I do appreciate a goblin. Was a mind goblin. In my alt. Goblin D's and nuts. See, I went to Simple Flip's school of Ligma, and I know that you have to... A goblin is actually a Wendy's. See, Wendy's has a problem with being a Ligma, because that is an actual thing. Here's... Welcome to my TED Talk about Ligma. You're banned from your own channel. Dude, I swear to God, this changed my shit completely. Wendy's nuts is a bad. Wendy's nuts are in your mouth is a bad Ligma, because Wendy's is the thing. So if you ask, hey, do you like Wendy's? You're like, yeah, I like Wendy's, because that's a thing. You can say yes to that naturally. But if you say, and goblin is the same thing, where like goblin is a thing. Hey, do you like goblins? Yeah, goblin these nuts. That's a thing, you know. So you answer that correctly by saying yes, I like goblins, and you didn't get me on that one. But if you say mind goblin is a new thing. That's a new idea that people are like, that you can get them on. You're like, hey, like. I was playing the Mind Goblin class in Final Fantasy 14. You're like, what's Mind Goblin? Mind Goblin these nuts! Like, you've added an extra layer to that. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. This is completely stolen from Simple Flips. Mind the Goblin. Yeah, so that's my thought on Ligmas. Proper Ligma etiquette is very important, folks. I want to build up my FC to be a raid group. It's stuff out there for new FCs, but I don't think I can help, unfortunately. But yeah, that's my Ligma talk. Thank you for listening. Because you can go gobbling these nuts all day long. Like, that's why, I subscribe to the mowing philosophy of thinking, which is the sort of new age philosophy on Ligma. That person has shark mitts. This might be the best. Nice shark mitts. They're so sick. This sounds sarcastic. Like, it's not Oh. Why do they have that? That's fucking wild. All right. Damn it. It was fake. Yeah, I bet it was. Like, why the fuck? No, it's apparently a very terrible rambling, I actually have no idea. But it's a very biased account, at the very least. Anyway, I'm not gonna, you know what? No, I'm not gonna worry about it. Yeah. Fun facts! Oh, man. Hey, you ain't nothing but a yeah session. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Yeah. Fair enough. I barely got. Oh, no. Sorry. That was too much of a distraction. Oh, you got it? Fucking go. What server are you on? But it doesn't matter because we're restarting so we can make Amy roast. Spurginator calls. Man, I'm hungry. Oh, I got the munchies, dog. Gotta find something. I'm not hungry, but I want food, the sensation of food, more than anything. I never did smoke that bowl. That sounded so wistful. I never did smoke that bowl. And then, years down the line, I always wonder myself why. But, oh yeah. Hell yeah. Alright, one last character. We gotta go with Greg Nog. Greg Nog. Whew. Alright, we're almost through. And then I think I gotta go to bed because it's late and I'm tired. But I will try to be back tomorrow. Although I am going to do the podcast late, so I might not be on for too long. And then on Sunday, we're doing the speed run. So I'll be speed running the entirety of A Realm Reborn. And hopefully under 14 hours. That's my goal. And I gotta do a lot of prep for that tomorrow. So... $115 hours. Well, yep. This is I mean, it's a very long game if you are actually trying to read the story and, you know, pay attention. And but it is it can be a lot faster, theoretically. We'll see. We'll see. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to put a macro on my my keyboard that basically just posts in chat saying I'm trying to do a speed run. Let's if we can do it as fast as possible, I'd appreciate it. Be done in 14 hours. Yeah, the world record is like 12 hours 54 minutes. Yeah. And it relies on a lot of RNG of getting good luck in your dungeon runs, because you have to basically, but it is definitely possible. I don't know if we'll be able to do it first try, but we'll see. For fun. Also, the world record was made before the access of jog, which is a skill that should marginally increase the speed in which the game is being able to be played. So they buffed sprint, if you don't know. So that when sprint runs out, you get jog, which increases your run speed by a little bit as long as you're not in combat. That didn't used to exist. And so theoretically the game is a little faster now. Not by too much, but hopefully enough to give us an edge. So I'm going to be watching a couple speed runs and skipping through them and seeing what's the strat. Alright, one last run. Hopefully enough to... Okay, well, it's been a great stream. I'll see you guys never. Never say never. You're right. Thank you. 2000s boy bands. Is that Justin Bieber or is that One Direction? I can't remember. Oh, it's because it's the world's oldest website. Or is that fucking... NSYNC. I can't. Who the fuck did Never Say Never? Is that Justin Bieber? JB, roger that. Alright, unfortunately I think this has to be the end of it. So I'm fading out fast. So I will catch you guys later. Peace.